Good morning and welcome to Valley Views. I'm your host, Glenn Edison. We're certainly glad to have you. And as always, we're thankful for BTC Fiber, who sponsors our program. And you can see this interview on BTC Fiber's YouTube page as well as BTC Fiber's cable channel 18. And we'd also like to thank our sponsors to our program, Ember's Ice Cream of Pikeville, Nickel Row Antique of Pikeville, and White Wagon Bed and Breakfast of Pikeville. So if you're in Pikeville, go by and see those fine folks. And today we have with us Susan Day, the Development Manager for the Alzheimer's Association, and Diane Harmon. Many of you may know her, and she's a local volunteer for the Alzheimer's Association here locally. And thank y'all for being with us. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having us.
Well, first, let's get some facts about Alzheimer's, about how it affects, how many it affects, roughly like that.
Yes. As far as Alzheimer's goes and all other dementias, 1 in 3 seniors will actually die from that diagnosis. There is over $35 billion a year spent in caregiving.
Oh, yeah.
And that number is expected to rise quite rapidly because the numbers are increasing as we are preparing for that generation.
Well, that's quite a bit.
Mm-hmm. And the way it affects your brain is through your gray matter, and it ends up killing receptors. And some of the early signs are, if you're at a restaurant and you're used to leaving the tip and paying for the bill, I can't add. I don't know how to do that math. There's lots of little indicators that could mean that you may have that diagnosis down the road.
Okay, so there's a lot of little things that could affect it and you not know it.
Correct.
Well, what are there different things that cause Alzheimer's? I mean, is it diet related, maybe exercise related, or is it just something, is it hereditary or?
The newest research that we are looking at is treating it more along the lines that you would for having a hearty or healthy cardiovascular system. So living a healthy diet, having exercise daily, that is good prevention care, but it's also genetic.
Oh, okay. So it is genetic then. Mm-hmm. So, okay, that's interesting. Now, probably a lot more people have this than they realize. Sometimes people go untreated or untested and they don't realize they have it until it's too late.
Correct.
So there's that out there. Now, Diane, on this walk we're having, this is the second walk, right, for the county?
That's correct. This is our second event. Last year's was spearheaded by Citizens Tri-County Bank. They were doing a humanitarian project, and the department that decided to do the walk pretty much sponsored the walk for us, and then we got volunteers to go in, and it was such a success that we've decided to do it again. Citizens Bank, of course, is promoting us, but not like they did last year. So it's a group of local volunteers, and we're always looking for more volunteers. They're spearheading it and doing the fundraising.
Now this event's September 10th, right?
September the 10th. Registration will start at 8 o'clock. The walk will start at 9, and this is all Central Time. And we don't want it to sound like it's just for Dunlap. We have people registered from Bledsoe County, Grundy County, Van Buren, and we have a team forming in Marion County. Oh. So we want it to be a valley event. So you'll be seeing me and lots of other faces knocking on business doors and passing out information, and the response has been great. The businesses are sponsoring us and willing to start teams as well. So we're getting excited about this year's walk.
And the money raised, where will it go?
It will go straight to the Alzheimer's Association.
Correct.
And then it's for research.
Correct. The Alzheimer's Association, we have 3 pillars of support. Those pillars are care and support, advocacy, and research. And every dollar donated to Alzheimer's Association for this walk on September 10th will be going back to support those 3 pillars of the Alzheimer's Association.
Well, that's good. Excuse me. And I know a lot, and I'm sure you've seen it in others, but like with my family, I've seen some family members where it's hard on the family, when they have a family member that has Alzheimer's.
Yes, the caregivers struggle with this as much as those with the disease. It's very difficult for families and they all want to take care of their loved ones, but sometimes it's just too overwhelming, and they don't have the expertise to care for someone with dementia or Alzheimer's.
So some of the care and support programming that we offer through Alzheimer's Association includes, we have a caregiver support series that's available virtually or in person. We also have education programs that we go out into the community and we provide at no charge. We do that with assisted living facilities, health systems, anyone that would like to have that type of training. And then we also have a 24/7 helpline that's available in 200 different languages. So if you've heard that your mother or your grandfather has received that diagnosis and you have no idea where to start, I recommend picking up the phone and calling that helpline, and there are master level clinicians that will answer any questions. Our website, alzheimers.org, also has a plethora of support materials for you, along with some places that you can go to locally, so you can search by your county and that will pull up.
Well, that's neat.
Yes.
Because I know there's a lot of probably private crying sessions with people who are diagnosed with family members, and it's tough. And but this way you have the support group that will help those people and get them through that time. Because a lot of times people don't realize who to go to, and they just suffer alone without the support.
Yes, we are the ones. We are your first line of support.
And there's still a little bit of a stigmatism with Alzheimer's that family members don't always want other people to know that they have a loved one that's suffering with this. Whereas if they would reach out, they might get some help earlier and not have to carry the burden.
Correct.
Right.
And that helps with the diagnosis as well, because there's a lot of medicine that's available that can be prescribed. There's creating healthy living environment and a routine that's very helpful to that person that has that diagnosis. So the sooner the better.
Right. And excuse me, I'm sorry. Now you mentioned the money. Do you remember how much you raised last year?
Last year we raised $27,250.
Really? Wow.
And so far this year we're at about 1/3 to that goal, and that's we're trying to keep the same goal. That went above our goal for last year. Our goal was only $20,000 for the first year because we had no idea what was going to happen. So when we went over the 25,000, we were ecstatic, of course, but that's our goal. And as of right now, we have about 1/3 of our walker goal that we have. We'd like to have around 200 to 250 walkers, and we're almost to 100 that have registered. And we have collected so far, and we're only about 3 weeks out, so we're getting close. So this is crunch time. We're at a little over $8,000, so we're about 1/3 of the way on our.
Do the runners or the walkers, do they get pledges from people? Is that how that works?
They do, and the business sponsors is our biggest contributors. But yes, we do a fundraising. The teams do a fundraising, and sometimes they get into a little competition with the other teams. But we have teams already that have raised, quite a bit.
Good.
And
good. That's great. Well, now is there a local Alzheimer's group here in Sequatchie County?
Not that I'm aware of. Like I say, we just started this last year. We had always the ones that I have walked with and the teams that I've been on have always come to the Chattanooga walk. So this is still in the
It's still in the works.
It's still in
It's
the
still in
infancy
the-
stage.
Correct.
So we're still working on that.
Well, good, because I know, like with the cancer groups, they've grown.
They have.
Really quite a bit, and so maybe this will be the same. It'll grow.
We would like to see it get to that point because they do a great job. The Sequatchie Cancer Network. We'd like to be able to do that with our Alzheimer's Association.
Well, and probably when you get down to the numbers, there's probably almost as many affected in some way or another with Alzheimer's, even if it's not a patient, if it's just family. Probably the numbers, if you compared them, probably about the same.
There's probably very few that haven't been affected by cancer or Alzheimer's, either one. I mean, they're both pretty rampant diseases.
We are also always looking for volunteers that can help lead those caregiver series and education support series. Amy French, her email address is afrench@alz.org, and she's in charge of getting those volunteers trained so that they can go out into the community and lead with that support.
So if someone wanted to be a part of that, they could just contact her,
Yes, correct.
and that would help locally
Yes,
as well,
absolutely.
because then someone will have a face to go to,
Yes.
and that's what y'all really are trying to do.
Yes, we're trying to put the information out there for anyone that needs it.
Because I know a lot of people, they don't know who to go to. I mean, they know the Alzheimer's, and Alzheimer's probably the association, but they don't know who to contact.
Yes.
Now, the Alzheimer's contact, other than Miss French, is there a number they can contact?
I do not have that number in my head, but I can share that with you.
Okay, we'll get that out later. Then, I guess research has increased on Alzheimer's as well, hasn't it?
Correct, it has. And just the last 2 years, we have been able to add an additional $436 billion to the annual budget for federal research.
Oh, wow. Wow, that's pretty neat.
Mm-hmm.
And because, like you said, there's probably all kinds of reasons that affect Alzheimer's, that cause Alzheimer's.
Correct.
And so that could be different for everybody,
Yes.
depending on their situation. And, well that's kind of interesting to know because, I'm sure probably all of us have known people that have been affected with that. And so it, when I was growing up, and probably when y'all were too, we called it the old timers disease. But
Just thought it was age related.
yeah, but then we later find out it's not age related at all, and there's effects to it. Well, how do you want to get more people involved? How do you do that?
Well, hopefully this will get some people involved and call our contact information or look at our Facebook page and either register or give me a call or Susan a call and get more information. But we are just knocking on doors right now, so hopefully this will get some word out for us too.
Well, good, and because I know locally the businesses and everybody, they want to help. And
They do.
They're
They'd be
good about
great.
it. And they help in everything. And you seems like we never get something. We always get something from everybody.
Right. And we're trying to help promote those businesses that are sponsoring us. And last year we didn't do this, but this year any company that sponsors us will have the opportunity to set up a table or a booth and pass out promotional items for their business, or if they want to pass, anything they want to do, water, candy bar, anything to promote their business. So we are doing that, and we have several already that are taking us up on it. And we also do a ceremony. I don't know if this is the time to chime in or not. It's the flower ceremony, and each walker is encouraged to pick out the flower that most represents why they're there and why they're helping support Alzheimer's. The orange flower means you're just a supporter. You know someone, but you're a supporter of the Alzheimer's Association. The yellow flower, if you pick it up, that designates that you're a caregiver. So we'll know that you have someone that you're caring for. The blue is that you are living with the disease now. And the purple is that you've lost someone to the disease. And we're hoping to fill it with white ones soon. The white one will designate that we have our first survivor.
Oh,
So
that'd be great.
right now there are no survivors of Alzheimer's. So, and then you pick up your flower, and we have a flower garden, and they put the flower garden out, do their walk, come back, and if they want to take their flower. And some of these you'll see have names written on them. So you can, we've got names from where we've done this in the past. So that's always, sometimes can be an emotional ceremony when people
sure.
start, telling us how they are and why they are there for the walk.
Yes, and one really amazing feeling that you get when you're there is that you realize when you arrive that these are my people, this is my community, because everyone that's attending the event has been touched by Alzheimer's in some way, some capacity. And the Promise Garden ceremony that Diane just shared with you is really the mission moment for the event.
Yeah, I guess it's really emotional too.
It is for some people, and it's because lots of times, and even last year, one of our speakers had just lost a family member to it, and I think one of our speakers this year just lost her mother a couple of weeks ago. So, it is emotional, and we know it can happen to any of us.
Right. I was going to say Alzheimer's doesn't matter rich, poor. There's no barriers.
No.
Correct. And it's very isolating for caregivers. So for when they attend the event, that's part of why they feel like this is my place, these are my people.
And we encourage the caregivers, if who they're caring for is able to come to the event, to bring them. We had several last year that brought the people they were caring for, and I think it helped them as well to be out in the fresh air and to see other people there, because it's good for the caregiver and the patient to be out.
And this is all at Harris Park, right?
Yes.
So, and that's a good little surrounding. You probably have kids out there playing in the water while y'all are walking.
Well, this year we might. Last year it was in October. It was later, and it was cold.
Chilly.
Yeah, I think I remember that.
It was cold and wet. So we're hoping it'll be nicer this year.
Well, good. I hope so.
And, you can register online. If you don't want to register online, you can register that morning. We'll have paper registration forms. So we want you to participate if there's any way at all possible.
And the website to register is act.alz/Dunlap.
And do you hope other communities, by having this, do you hope other communities like Jasper, Whitwell, Bledsoe County, they'll promote this as well? I mean, they'll have their own.
Well, Jasper in years past had one, and I'm sure the COVID years had something to do with that as well, but I don't think they've had one in about 5 years. And, that would, any way we can promote it, I hope all the surrounding communities, whether it's with us or their own, if they will continue with promoting and getting the word out. Doesn't matter which end of the valley we're in.
Right. Well, like I say, it affects everybody, and even if it doesn't affect your family, you probably have friends that. So
exactly.
One way or the other, this disease affects you one way or the other. Was there anything else you want to add to what we said that we haven't covered?
I think we've covered it all for now. I mean, again, I just want to thank those who have already sponsored the businesses and the teams that have already signed up and getting ready for it. We just want to encourage more to to be a part of it.
Well, good. Let them get out there, and that'll be great. I'm looking forward to seeing how it goes.
Good.
Good. Well, again, folks, you can be at Harris Park September 10th for the Alzheimer's Walk and be a part of that and support that fine group. And as always, you can see our program on BTC Fiber's YouTube page as well as BTC Fiber's Cable Channel 18. And don't forget our sponsors, Embers Ice Cream of Pikeville, Nickel Row Antiques of Pikeville, and White Wagon Bed and Breakfast of Pikeville. So until next time, have a great day.